It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the 49ers and the Steelers. And it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season. As it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time. Won each of his first 5 starts and almost guided his team to a Super Bowl. He's really forced the team to reevaluate its plans at quarterback because he looks like the real deal.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Nick Herbig, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. This is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Purdy. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
On the return is Peterson. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, these Steelers, Charles, 9-8 a year ago. Their quarterback, Kenny Pickett, made 12 starts as a rookie. Do you see a jump coming, both for him and potentially for this franchise?
I do, and I trace it back to a December game against Baltimore in 2022. Kenny Pickett made some big plays down the stretch to give Pittsburgh a victory. Plus, the Steelers have added some nice pieces around him, and they'll be able to protect him even better in 2023.
2nd and 10. Pickett back to throw. And this is cut inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And this This play still live. He faked the spike, go throw it. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Kenny Pickett taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. Christopher Dunn on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished up by Kenny Pickett taking it in himself. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball is snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Pickett to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
On the move to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they'll add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Purdy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Now it's Peterson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Pickett. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenny Pickett. His 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look at mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Done good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed foiled by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the 1st quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Kenny Pickett
Getting it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
and the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Now down for the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Purdy looking to throw.
Under pressure, they got him again. Matt Milano, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back.
McCaffrey trying to escape, but he cannot. They get him in the end zone, and that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
Good throw there. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Now down for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So done now following the score. Back out to send this away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing here, Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. From the 41, here's second down and 8. Back to throw, Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow the completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from going up by 40. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn this.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taken from his own 47. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Pickett now on 1st down.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Pickett back to the air on 2nd down.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Great effort there with his first career touchdown and his first career game.
And the Steelers just continue to roll. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there?
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Now Dunn for the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Purdy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And his man is caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Goroshevsky
Laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like that memory was a little too long there.
Done good with the extra point.
And the rout is on here in this first half.
So Dunn now following the score. Back out to send this away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense.
And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
They go play action here. Purdy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Following the fumble recovery, Pickett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Goroshevsky.
His 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
He's fresh off the wire, already making an impact as expected. He's such a dynamic player.
And I'm still trying to figure out how it took so long for someone to sign this guy. We've all known his potential. We've all known the impact he's had in the league. But now that he's here, look out.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
All right, partner, Deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
Olszewski now to return.
And the Steelers set to take the field.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback?
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Steelers are pouring it on. In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Done good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And now their hill to climb has gotten taller. They had the safety last time they had the football. That led to the touchdown a moment ago. So that deficit going in the wrong direction as they try to right the ship here. 1st and 10.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because actually had another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to fourth down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fielded at the 43. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over first and 10. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play? Make it.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Tyler Higbee. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Done good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
So Dunn now following the score. Back out to send this away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They got to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
following the fumble recovery. Pickett. Touchdown! Jake Funk from 13 yards out. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Done good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. On second down, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Tyler Lancaster. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Pickett. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Pickett back to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers just continue to roll.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And that will be incomplete as well.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no. They went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
Well, he is going to have the Steelers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Javon Hargrave collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. Miles Sanders with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucs. We saw a solid first half from the second-year man at quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He had a half for the ages. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
Just shy of the 30.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Pickett.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Through the middle of the field. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are pouring it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Done good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So Dunn now following the score. Back out to send this away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Tyler Lancaster in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. On the return is Peterson. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
Flush to his right. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him the 1st down.
Now Pickett.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Gunnar Olszewski
from 13 yards out.
And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been... Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Done good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Purdy looking to throw.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Pickett to throw on first down. And that one complete downfield to Cup. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, 53 yards. And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now down for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now it's Peterson.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Throwing outside. It's complete. Now he's into the clear again. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Olszewski, 64 yards. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Done good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Purdy off the play fake.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, Pickett, he'll buy some time right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Kenny Pickett,
a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
So Dunn now following the score, back out to send this away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Nick Herbig in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! Olszewski, 49 yards. And the Steelers
just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Done good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so two. Looking to throw. Pickett. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. Now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Done good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Pressure comes and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one.
Under pressure, they got him again. Tyler Lancaster in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 31. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They just
under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Here's Pickett on second down.
Rolling to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Kenny Pickett
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Steelers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
T.J. Watt in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown.
Cooper Kupp.
Already a 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers are pouring it on. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Done good with the extra point.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining. In this 4th quarter.
So Dunn now following the score. Back out to send this away.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, CD, we are witnessing something that I never thought that I would witness. I would imagine you never thought this, too. I mean, we have a team taking the field in an NFL game, and they are up by triple digits. I mean, 50 is a lot, but to get to over 100, this is just crazy.
We've seen in the history of the game of basketball a few people score 100 points individually, men and women. But we've never seen this before in NFL history. We've only seen 2 teams combine for 100 points in a game 5 times in league history. One of the greatest games ever played, well, by one of the teams anyway.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Touchdown! Gunnar Olszewski, a 22-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Done good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. That's taken it around the 40. Powering his way forward.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result.
Taking it right down Broadway. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Big play there. 49 yards.
And the Steelers just continue to roll. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Done good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Nick Herbig in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy over the middle. That's complete to McCaffrey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
That'll be caught. It's Cup.
There he goes again.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. a clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now Dunn for the extra point.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Purdy now to throw.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the Niners get there and bring him down.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Farrell, that got in there to bring him down.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. McKee now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Here's Christopher Dunn now for the field goal.
He hit his first one. This from 44. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Fighting his way through contact. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
And normally you line up to kick a field goal on 4th down. But in this situation, they decided to do it a little bit early. And it's
oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Steelers are pouring it on.
And a special play here by the special teams. It's one thing to fake it. He ran it in for the score.
I think the special teams coach saw something on film in preparation for this game, told the head coach now's the time. He got the green light, and they worked it to perfection.
Done good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So Dunn now following the score. Back out to send this away. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense